Okay, so I think I just realized that I've been talking for about 3 minutes and I didn't press record. So wow, that enthusiasm really got to come back. But no, I'm gonna get back to my roots and we're gonna talk about what it's like being 30 in the Army, over 30. You know, I've got a family, I've got, you know, a spouse, 2 children, 2 dogs, you know, and it was just, I didn't, you know, just jumped into it. You know, I thought about it. It was a long thought, but it was like all you could do is jump into it. But what I want to talk about is the reality of joining when you're over, you know, 34, 35, and you've got a wife and you've got kids, and, you know, you've got a lot of responsibilities, and, you know, you're coming from the civilian world and you're jumping into something totally different. So I want to talk about that. I know I was always talking about, you know, a lot of people are worried about the PT and the physical, and a year ago when I made my last video, I was worried about that too, because I was fresh. But it's like, now I'm in here. You know, I don't have that whole, you know, the deployments and all the other big HUA stuff, but I've did some time. I've joined the Army. I've been in for 3.5 years. I've dedicated myself to it. There's no other thing that I'm doing besides taking care of my family and, you know, doing my service. But when you get in there, it is different. Like, once you get past all the, you know, on this old stuff and people, you know, barking orders, once you get past, like, that's your old thoughts, you know, coming in still, but that, it'll easily fade away. It's like I said, we're part of the 1%. I didn't say that before, so I'm saying it now. Part of the 1%. There's not a lot of us, so it's like, there are some that have joined the Army because they wanted to, but then there's some in there that joined the Army because fucking life happened. Sorry, that's my one curse word for the video. I'm so sorry. But it's true, life does happen like that, and, you know, it is the best option for that time. And, you know, when I was younger, I did want to join, and then I wanted to, you know, just live my life a little bit. I was like 18, you know, my mentality wasn't there to be so dedicated to one purpose. It just wasn't. That's not where I was then. But you have to think about the reality of it. I got to get to the punch. I'm trying to make these shorter videos work. If this was too short, y'all can let me know. I'll be like, hey, just keep talking. All right, I'm wasting a lot of time. So think about the reality of it. You have the security of working for the military. You know, you have, you know, I haven't had any complaints about my check. That's my personal thing. I haven't had any complaints about my money being there. You know, house, you know, everything's okay. Everything's okay because I, you know, did my best to manage my finances before I joined. But everything is okay. But I lucked out, you know, and I say lucked out because, you know, probably coming in and where my mind was, I probably wouldn't have been as brave as I needed to be to go on a deployment and leave my family and you know, I probably wouldn't have been that brave. So I lucked out and I got a great duty station. A lot of people will think that it's not a great duty station, but, you know, it took me through a lot of ups and downs, you know, wanting to get out, like, immediately. You know, there's some times it just sucked, really sucked. But, you know, where I was, we didn't get deployed, so, you know, I lucked up. I got grateful for that. But you have to think about that. You know, if you're 30, 35, you know, and you're doing your first contract, that's 4 years. And, you know, you're 39, 40, and you're going on your first deployment. And if the Army isn't what you wanted to do, the fact that you did it to support your family, and now as soon as you get in the Army, you're getting deployed and you're going to be away from it for X amount of time. And Lord knows, and you're going to be like 40 years old maybe, you know, if you're still in your first contract and you do that 4 years. So you got to think about that. When you think about what you're leaving behind, it's a big decision. Just don't really think about it. The longer I've been in, the more I realize how much of a commitment I made without even knowing in the beginning. And that was like the realest thing that hit me. It's like I didn't realize I was making this big of a commitment. I just saw it from my point of view. Or I just saw it from a, you know, outsider's point of view, looking in at the brochures. But it's like, you know, you like a place, you like going, you know, you love a place. Sorry, let me get my stuff together. So there's a place that you really like to eat, and you're like, I love this place, you know, I want to work here. And then you actually start working there, and it's cool and it's fun, and you're like, oh, this is what I signed up for, and I loved it. But then, you know, hey, can you work overtime today? You know, can you pick up these shifts? You know, I know this is not your job, but can you do this for me? You know, that talk. So it's just like, it's kind of like that. You don't realize how much of a commitment you really made until you're in it. And then it's like, you stay in it to support your family because you know it's good, you know it's stable. You know, that's the one part of your brain that's working. Like, I got to stay here because it's stable money, it's good money. You know, I can support my family. But then on the other side, there's, you know, I've spent probably more time away from my family, even at a non-deployable unit, you know, than I spent, you know. It's, yeah. And it's a weird balance, you know, because you're a soldier 24/7, so you're on call all the time. That's, you committed to that. You are a soldier. You're not a person who works somewhere for a company. In a sense, I guess you are, but I'm not going to get into that. But you're on call all the time. There's missions, like there's stuff you got to do. Like, you know, even depending on your MOS, there's stuff you got to do, like, anytime. Like, we work on our own network, so it's got to, you know, you got to be on it. It could be, like, literally, I'll say, you get up in 3 to go to a range, so I can't say that's crazy because that's normal to me now. But it could be, like, you know, after a long day at work, you get a call at 1:30, hey, guess who's drunk? Like, come on, bro. Like, we all been at work. Like, what are you calling me? And, you know, you got to handle stuff like that, or it's just like, hey, you know, it's 1:20 in the morning. Hey, Gibson, got a mission. I need you. Got to go. And it's just like that. All you say, Roger, sir, I'll be there. Roger, sir, I'm on my way. That's what it is. 1:20 in the morning. Like, whole family sleep. Dogs in the room sleep. So, you know, if you make some crazy noise, they're going to bark and wake everybody up. And, you know, it's not going to be a good situation. It's not. So it's like, it could be anytime, you know, anytime. You just got off a mission, coming back in from the field. 5:30 in the morning, coming back in. 7 o'clock, hey, go to the gas station, grab something to eat, come back. We got, you know, hit time is 07. We got to roll out. You know, hit time, what, 07? You're asking me to be there at 6:30, ready to go. Sorry, that's my second curse word. This is turning into a long video. I'm so sorry. But it's been so long since I talked to you guys. I feel like there's so much I have to tell you. Let me know if I'm talking too fast in these videos. Please critique me. You know, I've always appreciated everybody's input. I've always appreciated everybody's input. You guys are great. Like, my comment sections, like, I still read them every day, and it's like, it's still mind-blowing to me that people are still watching the videos, because I was just like, man, like, I'm resonating with some people out there, and that's pretty awesome. And like, everybody's just been really great. Like, there's a story I got to tell you about one of my subscribers. I'll tell you a quick story. One of my subscribers, he found me on one of my videos, you know, and I talked to him, and he actually hit me up on TikTok. He found my TikTok, and he sent me a message. He's like, hey, I'd like to know more about joining the Army. And, you know, I was like, he's like, I saw your YouTube videos, and I was like, wow, that's like, that really happened to me. So I'm like, that's crazy. Of course I'm gonna talk to you, you know, I'm a regular dude. So I think it was maybe, and we chatted for like maybe a couple of days, and then we kind of dipped off, you know, said our piece. I just, you know, answered his questions. You know, I guess he heard what he needed to hear. And it was maybe 8 months later, I see this dude on his TikTok. I see him, you know, and he's in the Army. He's an officer. Like, no BS. He came in, boom. I don't know what he got from our talk that really helped, or if it helped at all, but this dude came in, he had his degree, boom, came in as an officer. And I was like, it was like a kind of surreal moment. I was like proud. I was like happy. I was genuinely happy for another person, you know. I was genuine, and I don't know if it was genuinely happy because I know, or somewhere deep down I felt like I had something to do with that. I had something to do with something good happening, you know. So it's like, it was a good feeling. It was a good feeling. I was like, man, you know, I got to sit down and do more content, because I don't know how many more people I can help make the right decision whether to join or not to join. but to be able to experience that feeling of genuine happiness, you know, I get that feeling when I'm with my family, you know, but to get it from, you know, a stranger, or, you know, or a subscriber, you know, just, or just another person, a human being that I've never seen before in my life, that means a lot. So, but yeah, I just wanted to touch on that. Congratulations to him. He's an officer now. He come in, I've been in longer. He walks up to me, yes sir, how's it going sir, good morning sir. That's how it is. That's respect. That's what you do. He put in his time and effort, and, you know, in his ways, got it done, and he reaps the benefit of that. That's the respect. That's what it is. That's respect. So, all right, so this video dragged on more than I wanted to, but like I said, think about the reality of it. Deployments happen, missions happen, you know, you're not on your time anymore. Think about it.